and watch the step cook.
You own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th curb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know that this video was brought to you by Print Champs. Big Print Champs in the building. Listen closely. Get your Hurt Season tee before the season starts. With that purchase, you are able to get the Hurt Season hat, any flavor hat you want, at a discounted rate for a limited time only while supplies last. I'm trying to get y'all ready and trying to get y'all in tune and in step for the season. You know what I mean? And what better way to give some additional savings to some of the best supporters in the world that I have over there. Also, the project is out. God bless who hating, been out for a little more than 24 hours. It's going crazy right now, man. Thank y'all for your support on all streaming platforms. 8 tracks, 25 minutes long. You know what I mean? Just some curated fire by yours truly from me to y'all. Y'all know I try to bring y'all something, man. Listen, the labels they excited. The streets is excited. Everybody who likes the music, you know what I mean, is excited. I haven't had a bad review of anything yet so far. Shout out to all the producers and everything. You know what I mean? You know about that. We're going to talk about it. But listen, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, we're getting ready to round out this 53-man roster. So we let go 2 tight ends. You know, I didn't want to do a 53-man roster prediction. You know what I mean? Everybody's doing those for all teams across the NFL. I didn't want to do it because it's probably going to be wrong. You know what I mean? I'm going to just tell y'all who I think deserves to make the roster, who I think deserves adequate playing time, and, you know, just some guys that I'm going to talk about who were surprise cuts when those times happen. So we got to get down to 53, I believe, or the first wave of cuts by Tuesday. So the Philadelphia Eagles, they let go of Tyree Jackson, kind of an injury-prone, athletic tight end, a bit of a project. I kind of seen that one coming. Dan Arnold, I did not see coming. He was as soon as the season was over, we picked him up, I guess, to add some, you know, depth or whatever the case may be to the room, some competition. And you know, I thought Dan Arnold played well. He threw a really good block to spring Trey Sermon. You know what I'm saying? In the last preseason game against the Colts for the first touchdown of that game, I thought he played well. You know what I mean? He got some route running ability. Was a wide receiver at the collegiate level, I believe. You know, he got some game. I thought he was really going to make the roster and really compete for that tight end 2 position. But the Philadelphia Eagles got other plans. You know what I mean? Grant Calcaterra still on board. You already know Dallas Goedert ain't going nowhere. So this move, you know, kind of surprising, but not so surprising. We're just looking for a guy that could complement Dallas Goedert. We don't need a starting tight end. So, you know, it is what it is, man. We'll see what's happening. But let's talk about it for a second. The QB room gets hot in Dallas. You know what I mean? I usually don't give a whole segment of what these guys got going on over there, like trades and moves and stuff like this. But this one interesting to me. So the Dallas Cowboys, they trade a 4th-round pick yesterday evening to the San Francisco 49ers to acquire the services of 3rd overall pick, you know what I mean, a couple years ago, Trey Lance. Now, nobody really knows what Trey Lance is right now. You know what I mean? To be honest, it's kind of unfair to call Trey Lance a bust. Trey Lance ain't played a lot of football. And when you look at some of the highlights, you see the big arm potential. You see the ability to move around inside the pocket. Trey Lance probably just needs some coaching, and you can see a whole different player over there. Now, let's be honest about that. Now, let's also be honest about everything else. They're saying Trey Lance is there for competition for Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush went 4-1 last year. Cooper Rush was the epitome of plug and play. Cooper Rush is probably the best backup in the National Football League for real. In terms of what he was asked to do, you know, Cooper Rush saved a season. If you don't go 4-1 in those stretch of 5 games that Dak Prescott missed, you don't know what's going to happen to that football team. In terms of seeding, in terms of where they finished in the division, you just don't know what's going to happen. Because for a while, they were close. They were close to trying to, like, you know, compete for, like, the number 1 seed. You know, they were getting kind of close, but they lost to the Jaguars, and the game didn't really mean that much to us. We were able to rest Jalen Hurts, you know what I mean, and go out there with our backup who wasn't worth a plug nickel. But, you know, the point is this. You don't have a franchise quarterback, and you don't have a second-string quarterback win the amount of games that these guys won last year and then still acquire the services of a guy who was thought as being somewhat of a generational talent coming out of college in Trey Lance if you don't believe in Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? You just don't do it. And nobody knows quarterback controversy like Philadelphia Eagles fans. You know what I mean? That's hot over there for Dak. It's hot over there for Dak because a lot of people are under the impression that he's going to get an extension. Now, the only way Dak Prescott will get an extension is probably if it's too much money on the books and they want to spread it around. But we've seen teams like Philadelphia, you know what I mean, eat the contract situation of, Carson Wentz and move on from that. You don't acquire Trey Lance if you didn't have future plans for him. The potential is through the roof. If Dak Prescott can't get it done here shortly, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are going to lean on that potential and try to develop this guy. Like Dak capped out. You know what you're going to get from Dak. He almost had 5,000 passing yards. You can get all the stats in the world, but he just can't win. Had the Philadelphia, when we bought in Minshew, people running around talking about Minshew mania. It ain't until Jalen Hurts got that big bag that nobody, you know who team it is now. But up until he had the season that he had last year, his job was on the line. It was a lot of whispering and a lot of talking about what were the Philadelphia Eagles going to do with Jalen Hurts in that quarterback room. You don't do this if you don't have question marks about your quarterback. See, they're not going to keep it real. And I feel like a part of my job, being me, is to keep it a buck at all times. They got questions over there. Why should you not have questions about your quarterback? He don't win. He don't perform in the playoffs. Why should you not be looking to, and this is one, you got to be mindful of this. He's heavily scrutinized. The only thing that can silence it is winning. You know what I mean? So why would you bring another quarterback in the room and everybody gonna be talking about this Monday? Why would you do this? You know what I mean? If come on, you know what's about to happen here. You know what's about to happen here. If it happened for us, it's gonna be 10 times as louder for them. The only thing that could quiet it is winning, and people want to act like he's the most criticized, the most scrutinized. Every throw, every pass he makes, he gotta win if you want to quiet that noise, though. That's what it boils down to. Do something good. Do something substantial. Become an MVP. Become an all-pro. Have one of them seasons so people could back off. You just mid. You're mid. You mid. And everybody now, they was calling him a bust a week ago. Now, it's a good pickup. That seat's scorching hot over there, man. They're not going to tell the truth, though. They want to see the positive. And, these guys want Dak Prescott to be their quarterback more than they care about winning. I don't care if the crackhead at 7-Eleven was the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. If he getting us into championship football games, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, it's going to be some controversy over there. It's going to be some controversy over there. It's just ironic to me that they all wanted it to fall apart and fall down for us, but it's looking like it's falling apart and falling down for them. Let me know what you think in the comments. And stream God Bless Who Hating, because they all about to be hating.